Mentoring is one of the most underrated skills in project management, and the PMP exam tests it in ways that go far beyond just giving advice. In this video, I'll break down Task 13 from Domain 1, Mentor Relevant Stakeholders. We'll cover the three enablers, what mentoring really means in a project context, how it differs from coaching, and I'll finish with a practice question. Let's get into it. Task 13 sits in Domain 1, People, which makes up 42% of the PMP exam. The task statement is Mentor Relevant Stakeholders. There are three enablers. First, allocate the time to mentor. Second, recognize and act on mentoring opportunities. Third, use mentoring opportunities to promote the exchange of information. Mentoring is an investment in people and in the project. Let's go through each enabler. Before we go into the enablers, let's clarify two terms the exam tests: mentoring and coaching. Mentoring. A more experienced person shares knowledge, experience, and guidance with someone less experienced. It is relationship-based and long-term. The mentor draws on their own experience to guide the mentee. Coaching. A structured process that helps someone improve a specific skill or behavior. The coach asks questions rather than giving answers, helping the person find their own solutions. Coaching is more short-term and skill-focused. On the exam, mentoring involves sharing experience and knowledge. Coaching involves asking questions and building capability. Both appear in Domain 1 scenarios. Know which one is being asked about. The first enabler is allocate the time to mentor. Mentoring requires intentional time investment. It does not happen automatically. On the PMP exam, this is tested in scenarios where a project manager is too busy to invest in team development. The correct PMP mindset is that developing people is part of the project manager's role, not an optional add-on when time permits. A project manager who says, "I do not have time to mentor," is not aligned with the PMP philosophy. Investing in people reduces long-term risk, builds team capability, and improves project outcomes. The second enabler is recognize and act on mentoring opportunities. Mentoring opportunities are not always formally scheduled. They arise naturally in the flow of project work. Examples the exam tests. A team member struggles with a new technology, a mentoring opportunity. A junior stakeholder needs to understand project management processes, a mentoring opportunity. A team member is preparing for a difficult stakeholder conversation, a mentoring opportunity. The project manager must be alert enough to recognize these moments and willing to invest the time to act on them. Ignoring mentoring opportunities is always the wrong answer on the exam. Task 13 uses the word relevant, and the exam tests whether you know who that includes. Team members, especially junior members who are developing their project management skills, subject matter experts, who may be technically strong but need guidance on project processes, sponsors and executives, who may benefit from understanding agile or hybrid approaches, external stakeholders, vendors or partners who need to understand project expectations. The word relevant is key. The project manager should focus mentoring effort where it creates the most value for the project, not just where it is easiest or most comfortable. This principle is tested on the PMP exam, and it surprises many candidates. The mentor gains too: fresh perspectives, new ways of thinking, and a deeper understanding of their own knowledge by explaining it to others. The exam sometimes presents mentoring as a one-way knowledge transfer, but the correct PMP view is that it creates a two-way exchange. Mentoring relationships built on mutual respect and reciprocal learning are more effective and more durable than those where the mentor simply lectures. The third enabler is use mentoring opportunities to promote the exchange of information. Mentoring is not just about developing one person. It is about spreading knowledge across the project team and stakeholder network. On the exam, this is tested in scenarios where knowledge is concentrated in one person, creating a key person dependency or a single point of failure. The project manager is expected to proactively use mentoring to distribute that knowledge across the team. Knowledge shared through mentoring also builds trust, strengthens relationships, and creates a culture of continuous learning, all of which the PMP exam rewards. In Agile environments, mentoring takes on a specific character, and the exam tests this. The servant leader actively mentors team members, not to control their work, but to develop their capability and confidence. Pair programming in software teams is a form of peer mentoring. More experienced developers guide less experienced ones through shared work. Retrospectives create mentoring moments. Team members share what they have learned and help each other improve. On the exam, in Agile contexts, mentoring is continuous and embedded in the workflow, not a separate formal activity. The servant leader creates the conditions for learning rather than scheduling formal mentoring sessions. 3 traps that catch candidates on mentoring questions. Trap 1. Treating mentoring as optional when the project is busy. The exam expects the project manager to invest in people regardless of time pressure. Mentoring is part of the role, not a bonus activity. Trap 2. Only mentoring direct team members. Task 13 says relevant stakeholders. That includes sponsors, vendors, and external parties. Look beyond the immediate team. Trap 3. Confusing mentoring with performance management. Mentoring is developmental. It is not feedback on poor performance or a corrective action. Mixing these up on the exam leads to wrong answers. Let's recap Task 13. Mentor relevant stakeholders. Enabler 1. Allocate time. Mentoring requires intentional investment. It is part of the PM role. Enabler 2. Recognize opportunities. Stay alert to natural mentoring moments in project work. Enabler 3. Promote exchange. Use mentoring to spread knowledge and reduce key person dependencies. And remember, mentoring is bidirectional. Both parties grow. The PM who invests in others builds a stronger, more capable project team. Let's test your understanding with an exam-style question. Question. A senior project manager notices that a junior team member has strong technical skills but struggles to communicate effectively with stakeholders. The project manager has a full schedule but sees an opportunity to help. What should the project manager do? Option A. Assign the junior team member to a formal training course on communication. Option B. Take over the junior team member's stakeholder communications until they improve. Option C. Allocate time to mentor the junior team member, sharing experience and guidance on stakeholder communication through regular one-on-one sessions. Option D. Document the skill gap in the team member's performance review and revisit it at year-end. The correct answer is C. This is a classic Task 13 scenario. The project manager recognizes a mentoring opportunity, a skill gap that affects project outcomes, and chooses to invest time in developing the team member directly. The PM shares experience and guidance, which is the definition of mentoring. Why not A? A formal training course is a valid option, but it is passive. The PM is not directly involved in the development. Mentoring is more personal and direct. Why not B? Taking over the communications removes the development opportunity entirely. Why not D? Documenting the gap for a year in review delays action and does not help the project now. C is correct because it allocates time, recognizes the opportunity, and directly develops the team member. That's your complete guide to PMP Task 13, Mentor Relevant Stakeholders. Subscribe for more PMP exam prep. Next up, Emotional Intelligence in PMP, Task 14, Explained. See you in the next video.